They thought deleting the live stream would stop it, that if they scrubbed the footage, erased the files, silenced her final track, the terror would end. But it didn't. Instead, her voice multiplied. Her melody found new hosts through dead phones, muted speakers, and even people's mouths. Kyra Blaze isn't just in the music anymore. She is the music, and it's listening to you now. In this part of the story, we uncover a chilling twist no one saw coming. A playlist that shouldn't exist, a voice that rewrites your thoughts, and a global phenomenon too precise to be a coincidence. Live streamers are vanishing. Patients are singing in their sleep. And one message keeps repeating in the static. Track 16 drops at midnight. What happens when you become the next verse? When your voice isn't yours anymore? If you're brave enough to hear what comes next, make sure you like this video, drop a comment about the most disturbing moment so far, and share it with someone who loves dark mysteries. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell, because once Kyra's song plays for you, there's no going back. And trust me, this story is far from over. It was just before dawn when hikers found the first piece of her, half buried near the edge of Fall River Park in Jacksonville, Florida. At first, they thought it was roadkill, until they saw the tattoo. A single word inked across the ribcage: self-made. The torso was cleanly cut. No head, no hands, no legs. By 9 a.m., the scene was swarming with crime scene investigators, cadaver dogs, and media vans. Within hours, DNA confirmed what many in the community had feared. 21-year-old rapper Kyra Blaze, real name Kyra Bennett, was dead. Kyra wasn't just any local talent. She was a voice, sharp, unapologetic, and painfully honest. Her songs tackled addiction, abandonment, and survival. She'd built a loyal following on TikTok and SoundCloud. She was months away from signing a major deal. But there was one problem. Terrence Lowe, her 32-year-old manager and ex-boyfriend. Terrence had discovered Kyra at 19, fresh out of foster care. He gave her a mic, a place to sleep, and later, control. Their relationship blurred every line. And when Kyra finally ended things, both romantically and professionally, Terrence didn't take it well. She told her closest friend, Tanisha, that he was obsessed, controlling, and jealous of her success. A week before her disappearance, Kyra posted a cryptic story on Instagram. "If anything happens to me, don't believe the first version of the story." Detective Leo Hart and his partner, Erica Vasquez, quickly zeroed in on Terrence. He claimed Kyra left town for a spiritual retreat in Atlanta. But her car was still parked outside his duplex, and her phone last pinged 300 feet from his house. When investigators searched his home, they found what they called a cleaning job too perfect. No hair, no blood, no fingerprints, not even his own. Then came the strange twist. A neighbor's security cam caught Kyra leaving Terrence's place 2 days after she was reported missing. Barefoot, dazed, and clutching a white plastic bag. That was August 7th. Her torso was found August 12th. As police questioned everyone in Kyra's circle, a pattern emerged. She'd been scared, but never said of who. A local producer, Nate Ryans, claimed Kyra told him weeks earlier that she was being recorded. She said someone had footage of her, blackmail or something. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. Her therapist, subpoenaed for notes, revealed chilling journal entries. "I feel like I'm being watched even when I'm alone. He said if I left him, he'd make me disappear in pieces." But just as detectives prepared to arrest Terrence, another body part surfaced. A fisherman pulled her left hand from the river. Tucked under her ring finger, a flash drive. Inside, a series of distorted voice memos, screaming, pleading, and one crystal-clear line. "You said you'd never do this. You promised." The drive shattered the case, but not in the way anyone expected. A forensic audio expert noticed something odd. The background noise in the recordings was identical to ambient sound in a viral TikTok Kyra had posted 2 weeks earlier. That video was filmed in her own apartment, which meant whoever tortured her did it in her home. Terrence's alibi for that time checked out. Phone records placed him in Miami. But the voice in the tapes, it was his, or so it seemed. A forensic linguist dropped a bombshell. The voice had been manipulated, stitched together from past interviews and studio recordings. And the sound engineer capable of doing it? Tanisha, Kyra's best friend, and the ghostwriter of her first viral hit. August 19th. Police execute a warrant on Tanisha's storage unit. Inside, a mannequin with Kyra's wig, dozens of burned-out external hard drives, and in a locked cooler, Kyra's head, eyes wide open, mouth stitched shut with wire, pinned to her tongue, a strip of paper, written in Kyra's handwriting. This isn't the end. Not even close. Inside the rusted storage unit off I-95, detectives found the most chilling clue yet. Kyra's head, eyes frozen in terror, mouth stitched shut, and wedged under her tongue, a handwritten message. This isn't the end. Not even close. DNA on the sewing wire? Not Terrence's. Not Tanisha's. Unknown male, mid-40s. And the handwriting on the note? According to 3 forensic analysts, it wasn't Kyra's. It was forged. Suddenly, the narrative spiraled. Was Kyra dead, or was someone using her as bait? The FBI's digital forensics team took another crack at the damaged audio files. This time, they found something hidden beneath the voice splices. A reversed whisper loop, barely audible unless slowed down and amplified 300%. He did this to all of them. I was just the one that got away. They're still buried. Check the place where the curtains never move. Detective Vasquez locked eyes with Leo. They both thought the same thing. This wasn't a solo murder. This was part of something bigger. Under pressure, Tanisha finally broke. But not the way they expected. She admitted to editing the fake voice clips. She thought it would force Terrence to confess. He hurt her. I knew it. But nobody would listen. Not without proof. So I made it sound like she was screaming. I just didn't expect the rest. But then she whispered something chilling. She said if anything ever happened to her, look under the bed frame. Mine, not hers. Police raided Tanisha's apartment immediately. There, in a false panel under the bed, they found a phone, burned but not destroyed. It was Kyra's. On it, a video diary. Kyra, crying, whispering, if you're watching this, something happened to me. I don't know if it's Terrence, or if he's just the distraction. I think someone's watching me. Again. He said I'm not the first, that I'm just another voice Hillberry. He has names, dates. I saw the folder. I wasn't supposed to. There's a sound I keep hearing, like a music box, but it's broken. It starts playing right before someone shows up outside my door. I thought I was paranoid, but now I'm not sure if I'm even real anymore. Her last words before the screen cuts to black? They want you to blame Terrence, but you need to ask who gave him the mic. Detective Leo Hart remembered the whisper from the flash drive. Check the place where the curtains never move. There was one place. An abandoned recording studio on the east side, once used by underground producers in the early 2000s. Windows boarded, curtains sun-bleached and frozen in place. Inside, the air smelled of mold and burnt plastic. Downstairs, in the soundproof basement, they found a wall of missing posters. All women, all musicians, all vanished over the last 15 years. Many were never even reported missing. In the back corner, a red-stained mattress, soundproof tiles covered in claw marks, and pinned to the wall a cracked Polaroid. Kyra, terrified, and standing beside a man no one recognized. Police recovered a damaged security DVR from the Curtain House. After days of digital restoration, one frame froze their blood. August 6th, 3:12 a.m. The same night Kyra supposedly left Terrence's home barefoot. She's seen stumbling into the studio, alone. Then a figure follows her. Not Terrence. Not Tanisha. An older white man in a red mechanic's jumpsuit. Face blurred, but eyes visible. He looks directly into the camera. Then, smiles. And scrawled across the wall behind him, barely visible in frame, Track 9 still needs a vocalist. Kyra Bennett, known to fans as Kyra Blaze, disappeared after refusing to stay under the control of her manager boyfriend. Found dismembered, a severed hand clutching a flash drive. Not all the voices were hers. Not all the suspects were human. And somewhere, Track 9 still needed a vocalist. Detectives Vasquez and Hart sift through the Curtain House's hidden basement. Forensics dig up what looks like hundreds of cassette tapes, rotting in moldy bins, each one labeled with a woman's name. But Track 9 wasn't among them, until Leo found it, stuffed deep inside a hollowed speaker, wrapped in layers of old newspaper and sealed in wax. The label read only, Kyra, Final, Track 9, Do Not Master. When they played the tape at the lab, the audio was distorted, almost alive, frequencies pulsing like a heartbeat. And then, a voice, not Kyra's, whispered, "Once you listen, she's yours now." But she's never alone. The tech listening collapsed. Seizure. Eyes rolled back. Heart rate normal. Brainwaves erratic, like REM sleep in full consciousness. He woke up and mumbled just one thing. There's someone else in her head. More digging revealed a chilling truth. At least 8 of the women in the wall of missing posters had also been rappers, singers, or vocal producers, most of them underground, off the grid. Each had recorded a demo track under a now-defunct label, Iron Halo Records, a studio known for only one thing, a producer named Martin Cade, a man who disappeared 17 years ago after his wife was found dismembered in an attic with a mic cord around her throat. He was never found, until now. That mechanic jumpsuit from the surveillance footage? It matched uniforms used by Cade's last known employer. An auto shop burned down in 2011, but recently leased again under a new name, Iron Halo Audio Solutions. Tanisha, under 24/7 surveillance and battling PTSD, began hearing Kyra's voice. Not in her head, but through the walls of her psych ward cell. At 3:09 a.m. every morning, the lights flickered. A melody played. Same 4 notes. E minor, A, G, F sharp. She begged to be moved, screamed, clawed, and finally left a blood-smeared message scratched into the wall using her own fingernails. It's not Kyra. It's who she sang to. The doctors placed her in a medically induced coma for safety. But the security footage from the hallway that night showed something unexplainable. Room 309's door opened by itself, and stayed open for 9 minutes. No one entered. No one left. Just music. With the FBI's assistance, Track 9 was digitized. The waveform wasn't typical. It wasn't music. It was a map. Laid out in spectrograph analysis, the sound visualized into floor plans, a blueprint of a building. Coordinates matched an old radio tower outside Gainesville. Decommissioned. Sealed off since 2003. Inside the crumbling structure, they found a soundproof booth. Bloodstained, but no body. Only a reel-to-reel machine still spinning. And next to it, a mic, still warm, still recording. The reel was marked, Session 66, Kyra/Blaze. Take 1, host test. Detectives listened to the reel in a controlled setting, separated by glass. Kyra's voice was on it. She wasn't rapping. She was chanting, low, hypnotic, the language unknown. But every few lines she'd pause, then say, "He hears me, he hears me, he hears me." Suddenly, a second voice joined. Not hers, not Cade's, something older, hollow, malevolent. And then, a name whispered 3 times. Jasper, Jasper, Jasper. Computer systems crashed. Lights shorted out. The reel exploded. At exactly 3:12 a.m. on September 2nd, Terrence Lowe, who'd been in hiding in Louisiana, called 911, shaking, crying, rambling. "She's at the door, Kyra. She's at the F***King door." Dispatch tried to calm him. He said he was in a motel. Room 9. He described what she was wearing. White dress, barefoot, face wrong. She's not blinking. She's humming that F***King song. It's her voice, but it's not her. Suddenly, static. and then Terrence screamed. The line went dead. When police arrived, the motel room was empty. No blood, no sign of forced entry, but on the mirror, written in breath, track 10, coming soon. After Terrence Lowe's chilling 911 call, police arrived at the Sandcrest Motel on the Louisiana border. Terrence was gone, but room 9 wasn't. It had been bricked over years ago after a fire. The hallway ended at room 8. Yet the 911 GPS pinged inside a sealed, blackened wall. Behind it, they found claw marks, a trail of blood leading to a cassette recorder still spinning, and a faint melody playing backward. It was Kyra, her voice barely audible. "I'm still here. They won't stop recording me." Investigators traced the name whispered on track 9, Jasper, through old label documents from Iron Halo Records. Buried in a lawsuit was a revelation. Jasper Lucelle, a sound engineer and alleged cult leader known for capturing the soul through frequency. He was thought to be dead after a studio fire in 1996 that killed 2 singers. No body was ever recovered. Survivors described strange rituals, a mic check rituals at midnight, chanting into dead channels, vocal bleed experiments to trap emotion on tape. A theory emerged. Jasper didn't die. He became the voice in the system. And Kyra was the first voice in 20 years to match the harmonic signature he needed to return. August 28th. After weeks in a medically induced coma, Tanisha opened her eyes. But something was off. She refused to speak, only hummed. And at night, she scratched a symbol into her bedsheets. A spiral made of waveforms. Detective Hart visited her. He brought her a microphone, not plugged in, just a prop. She smiled, spoke one sentence. "You should never leave a mic open in the dark." The lights in the hospital flickered. A patient in the adjacent room flatlined. Security rushed in. His last word before death? "Kyra." A burned external hard drive recovered from the Curtin house was finally decoded. Inside, a hidden folder titled Track 10. The file was corrupted except for one playable audio segment. Track 10 wasn't music. It was a recorded exorcism of Kyra. She's screaming, begging. Multiple voices speak through her mouth. One is hers. Another is Jasper. And the third? A child's voice saying, "Let her go. You already took Mom." Analysts traced the waveform. The background noise revealed coordinates again. This time, a burned-down church in Atlanta. Jasper's childhood church. Detectives Vasquez and Hart flew to Georgia. The church ruins were cordoned off. Locals avoided it, saying at night you could hear a girl rapping in the breeze. Inside the pulpit, under a cracked baptismal font, they found a trapdoor. A spiral staircase led down into an underground recording booth. Dusty, sealed, but powered. On the console, a single live mic, lit green. No cables, no source, but recording. The screen displayed one phrase in red letters. Track 11. Live session, Kyra plus host. Suddenly, the room filled with humming. Not just from the speakers, but from inside Hart's own throat. He wasn't doing it. His vocal cords were moving involuntarily. Vasquez screamed. The mic turned toward her on its own. A new voice whispered through the headset. "One more verse and she's free. But you have to finish the chorus." And on the mirrored wall of the studio, written in blood, "Terrence was never the producer. You are." Back at the FBI lab, agents monitoring the feed from the church studio see something terrifying. Even after Hart and Vasquez ran from the booth, the mic stayed on. Someone else stepped into frame, wearing a red mechanic jumpsuit, holding a cassette marked Track 12, Upload to YouTube. The screen glitched, the FBI servers crashed, and every laptop in the forensics unit began autoplaying an unreleased Kyra Blaze song that had never been recorded. After the mysterious autoplay of an unreleased Kyra Blaze song in the FBI forensics lab, something disturbing spread. The audio began uploading itself. TikTok users started unknowingly syncing to it in their videos. Clips surfaced of creators singing parts of the verse perfectly, even though the track hadn't officially dropped. Some were seen bleeding from the nose. Others spoke in reverse speech in later clips. The chorus always ended the same way. Play me back, play me loud. YouTube tried to suppress the uploads, but the same track would reappear under new usernames, each time with the tag, #track11challenge. A week after his 911 call, Terrence Lowe's body was discovered in the backroom of a closed-down Atlanta record store. He was decomposed, though he'd only been missing 7 days. Next to his body, the reel-to-reel labeled Track 11, B-side, a notebook with disturbing entries. She's singing through other people now. They're not making music, they're making vessels. The original Kyra isn't inside anymore. That voice is wearing her like headphones. One final line read, "This isn't about one murder, it's about reproduction." Tanisha was released under surveillance after doctors claimed she no longer posed a danger. But in private, she was recording again, only not music. Whispers, static, screeches. She claimed she could still hear Kyra, that she was being shown things. She sent Detective Vasquez a voicemail at 2:33 a.m. "I finally figured it out. You were never supposed to find the killer. That was bait." Kyra's real story was never about her death. It's about how she got chosen. Then she vanished. Gone. Her apartment was found empty, lights still on, mic still recording. In a shocking twist, a woman came forward, Lena Bennett, claiming to be Kyra's half-sister. She'd been hiding since she was 15, fearing the same fate. "We were both born from the same voice, but only one of us could carry it. They chose her, and she tried to give it back." Lena claimed their mother was once a backup singer for Jasper Lucelle. She said the real secret wasn't that Kyra was killed. It's that Kyra was recorded permanently, turned into a vocal template, a frequency parasite designed to spread through sound. She warned Vasquez, "Don't listen to track 12, no matter what." FBI analysts attempted to play the recovered track 12 cassette. Within minutes, the lead technician clawed his ears until he passed out. Others heard different things, the screaming from inside the tape deck, their own names whispered backwards. Kyra laughing or crying, it was hard to tell. Spectral analysis revealed the unthinkable. There was no waveform. Track 12 didn't emit sound. It absorbed it. Every time it played, it drained ambient noise. Rooms fell eerily silent, like a vacuum. Security cam footage from the lab's audio vault, where the tape was kept, captured the moment the sound was last heard. A low hum, then a voice. "Thank you for making me immortal." August 31st, 11:11 p.m. A YouTube channel called Kyra Blaze went live. But it wasn't run by any known user. It streamed directly from a dead IP address, traced to a house burned down in 2004. The stream showed a single image. Kyra sitting in a recording booth. Eyes closed, mic in front of her. After 33 minutes of silence, her eyes opened. She whispered, "This isn't the final track. That one, you'll record yourself. Then the screen glitched, and a countdown appeared. Track 13 begins recording in 6 days. At exactly 11:11 p.m., September 6th, the countdown from the anonymous livestream hit 0. Every phone within a 30-mile radius of Atlanta vibrated at once. No alerts, no sound, just a vibration. Then one phrase appeared on screens. "Your mic is live." Within hours, hospitals reported a wave of catatonic patients, many of them creators who had unknowingly synced Kyra's cursed vocals into their content. Security footage from inside one ER showed a girl standing over a convulsing nurse, whispering something unheard. When zoomed in, her lips clearly mouthed, "Track 13 needs harmony." Detective Erica Vasquez, now the sole investigator left on the case, started noticing distortions. Her voice recorder began turning itself on even while unplugged. It recorded her sleep. On review, there were other voices speaking while she slept. One of them sounded like Kyra. The other, Erica herself, saying things she never remembered saying. The mix always on, even when your mouth is closed. She checked her laptop. Her mic history showed 47 recordings, while the device was powered off. Kyra's half-sister Lena vanished after sending Vasquez a final message. "Check your YouTube history, even if you never uploaded anything." She did. There was a video, posted under her name, titled, "Harmony Draft V1, Private, No Views, Duration midnight," until she clicked it. Then the screen went black, and a recording started to play, of her own voice, but not speaking, singing, lyrics she never wrote, a melody she didn't know, perfect pitch. At the end of the track, a message appeared. "Now you're the hook." The FBI had previously locked down the original mic from the Curtin house basement, the one that never powered off. It was under biometric lock, sealed in a reinforced concrete vault. But on September 7th, it began broadcasting again on emergency radio frequencies. Not music, not screams, static in a pulse rhythm, like a heartbeat, then a voice. "Kyra is done. You're next." Everyone sings eventually. At 3:33 a.m. that night, all across the country, missing persons cases were updated. 33 new entries. All women. All had posted music content in the past year. All vanished without a trace in the past 72 hours. Every one of them had at least one thing in common. They each used a USB mic with auto-recording software. Detectives called it the choir effect. The theory? Track 13 isn't a song. It's a network, and we're all mic'd in. September 9th, Detective Erica Vasquez goes missing. An hour later, her YouTube channel goes live. It had never existed before. No uploads, no subscribers, no camera, no mic, and yet, she was there, streaming in real time, face pale, eyes locked on the camera. She whispers, _ it wasn't a song. It was a seed, _ Then she begins to sing. The melody is Kyra's, but with a new verse. Lyrics never heard before. And then her voice cuts out. A robotic tone plays. Track 14, recording in progress. Suddenly, viewers begin noticing something horrifying. They can hear their own background noise in the stream. Their TVs, their voices, their own laughter. And one comment appears pinned by the algorithm. "You're not watching. You're being sampled." Less than 24 hours after Detective Erica Vasquez's livestream ended, a strange anomaly occurred. Her video was removed, then re-uploaded by 3,211 different accounts. All at once. Same title, Kyra Blaze, Final Session, Feat You. But every re-upload had a different voice layered into the background. Each voice matched someone who watched the stream. One audio analyst explained, "It's like the video harvested live mic input from viewers. Everyone who watched it became part of it. A wave of reports flooded Reddit, Twitter, and Discord. Users across the world described hearing faint humming, Kyra's melody, coming from dead phones, unplugged earbuds, disconnected laptops, smart TVs in sleep mode. One man in Ohio claimed his broken Alexa started whispering, 'It's your turn. Sing for her.' He smashed it with a bat. When it cracked open, there was a cassette tape inside. The label? Track 15, Studio Session, Your Room. Interpol got involved. An AI-generated playlist was discovered circulating via QR codes embedded in fake music festival flyers. Playlist title, The Blaze Files. Author, Kyra Blaze.ai. Number of tracks, unknown. Always increasing. Every track was blank. But when played in the right room, they produced a voice. Your voice, saying things you never said. A forensic linguist explained, "The playlist is writing verses from your memories, your regrets, your fears, turns your pain into lyrics." Hospitals worldwide saw the same outbreak. Teens humming Kyra's melody in unison. Patients in comas mouthing the phrase, "I didn't ask to be the verse." A music instructor's reporting students screaming in key with no control. A Vatican archive leak revealed something horrifying. In the 1950s, monks in Italy documented an identical phenomenon. They called it the Saint Cecilia cycle. A cursed harmony born from a murdered singer. Their final entry read, "It began with one voice, then a choir, then the world." A popular live streamer known as JC Trills launched a challenge mocking the case. Sing like Kyra. He asked viewers to stitch themselves humming Kyra's cursed chorus. Over 40,000 submissions in 24 hours. But on his follow-up livestream, something was wrong. His voice glitched. His lips moved independently of his words. Then, a second version of him appeared in frame. Same face, same outfit, singing over him. Audio split. 2 JCs, 2 frequencies. And then, silence. The stream cut. His account deleted itself. All over the world, mirrorless screens, phones, TVs, tablets began displaying a new broadcast. No app, no internet, just video, low-res. Kyra, now seated inside a black void, surrounded by hundreds of mics floating midair. She smiles. A waveform begins to ripple behind her, growing, mutating, like a virus chart. She whispers, "I was the first verse, but you wrote the rest." She turns to the camera and sings 5 haunting words. Track 16 drops at midnight, and then she looks directly through the screen. Your name appears in the lower corner. Mic connected.